Hello, everybody. Happy Republic Day to all of you. In our neighborhood in Iran, we're going through an extremely critical phase of their national life. That makes us realize how fortunate we are. Oftentimes, we complain about the problems that beset us, and there are many problems of corruption, continuing poverty, unemployment, misuse of power, and a whole lot of other challenges. While we make progress, there's always something more to do. While life is better today than ever before, we could have done a lot more, and there's a gulf between our dreams and expectations on the one hand and the realization on the other. But let us not lose sight of what's happening in countries like Iran. What we've accomplished thanks to the extraordinary work of the freedom fighters, our nation builders, is exceptional. An extremely diverse country, in some ways, with unmatched diversity in the world, with so many languages, regions, cultures, castes, religions, every known faith to humanity. With all this, we built a sense of the nation. The republic endures. And what we started as a centralized republic, a quasi-federal republic as many constitutional scholars called, is now a truly federal republic insofar as union and states are concerned. Of course, there are defects. Our local governance is extremely weak in most parts of India. The third tier is emasculated. And without genuine empowerment at the local level, democracy becomes very illusory, symbolic. Our democracy is reduced largely to vote and shout. We vote with great gusto, great celebration, great noise, almost unmatched anywhere in the world. And we, of course, protest with great vigor across the country. That is the legacy of the freedom struggle. We need to work very hard to make our republic fulfill its promise to everybody, not merely a few people. But we must recognize the republic, the constitution, they gave us the liberty to choose our governments, the freedom to articulate our grievances and ideas, to organize ourselves, and to pursue whatever path we choose unrestricted. That's what fundamental rights are about, with reasonable restrictions. We have accomplished a great deal, but we need to do a great deal more. The fundamental challenge today in the year 2026 on this Republic Day is, how do we make sure that the freedoms are real for not merely a small percentage of the people, but every Indian? That progress and opportunity are real not merely for the fortunate few, but every child of this country, irrespective of the circumstances of birth. That those in power and those out of power are really equal before law, not normatively, but in reality. That we all benefit from the rule of law. That the human dignity is protected, preserved, and promoted. Our democracy is real. Our elections are very honest insofar as the ballot booth and ballot box are concerned. But the political process is extremely distorted. Money power, inducements to vote in the form of short-term welfare at the cost of the long-term good, and fomenting divisions in society instead of uniting the people for the sake of electoral gains. They have become endemic in our political culture. We need to bring about systemic reform in order to translate our constitutional ideals into reality, to make our democracy not merely symbolic but substantive in every sense of the term. We need to decentralize power. We need to ensure rule of law. We need to democratize our political parties. We need to make our bureaucracy work for our people, not vice versa. We need to make sure that every tax rupee is actually going to improve the quality of our life. Above all, we need to make human dignity real for everybody, actualized opportunity real for everybody. All this is well within our reach because we now have the means and the technology. Our economy can now withstand certain stresses and strains. Notwithstanding the global headwinds, we are showing impressive economic growth and technological excellence and entrepreneurial zeal. If only we unite ourselves, if only we rediscover the meaning of responsible freedom, if only we empower the people at the grassroots level and confront the challenges of today with our resources and technology, we can make life much more meaningful, much better, much more prosperous, and liberty much more real for everybody. Let me therefore appeal to everybody. In these times of turbulence globally and headwinds combating us and our future, I hope we'll be united. I hope we understand the extraordinary legacy that we have, the good fortune that we enjoy in terms of constitutional liberties and democratic system, and utilize them for the betterment of our future, to make the next generation and the succeeding generations live a life of liberty, a life of happiness, a life of contentment, above all, a life of dignity and opportunity. I wish you all happy Republic Day.